This scroll is the last chance we may have before the coming of Bad the Crow. We, the fairy guardians, lived in harmony with the realm, watching over it, protecting all of its creatures. The realm was famed throughout the land of Lyn Corig as a place of wonder, peace and beauty. Word of the realm reached the ears of the Elswells, so came Bad the Rotting Crone to suck the realm's life force and so prevent her body decaying further. She imprisons her sisters and I. Without us to care for it, the realm will die. I have commanded male Oving, the great eagle, to help you. Please hurry, Stormlord, before it's too late. Rose.
Hey, how's it going? Commander 64 here with another retro gameplay video. Today I'm going to be playing Stormlord on the Commodore 64, so let's get going. Shouldn't take too long to load. I'm just going to sit here and wait this time.
Stormlord was made in 1989 by Hewson Consultants. It was on the ZX Spectrum, the Commodore 64, the Commodore Amiga, the Atari ST, the Amstrad CPC and MS-DOS. It was also ported to the Sega Mega Drive by Punk Development in 1990. Music is by Jeroen Tel and Jochen Hippel. Hope that I pronounced that right. That orchestral music you heard earlier was by Daniel Schmitz and has nothing to do with the game, but please check his YouTube channel out. And that mystical fairy voice you heard was my wife. No, really, she did that for me. It received positive reviews and a sequel was produced called Deliverance, Stormlord 2. Despite the positive reception of Deliverance, Stormlord 2, there have been no further sequels. Which is a shame because with such an interesting lore behind this game, it's franchise material. I'm talking video games, comics, movies, animation. Why not? Give me more Stormlord. Give me other stories in the realm. Let's go crazy.
Aha! Finally loaded. Oh, that was a long loading screen. Okay, Stormlord. For those of you who haven't played the game before, we've got a few things along the bottom to take note of there. First thing along the left is our lives. We've got 8 of those. Every hit we take takes a life from us. We don't have an energy bar or anything like that. It's just one hit, you lose a life. You refresh where you were or you respawn, whatever the term is, and you carry on. Next thing you can see there's a sun which is slowly moving away and changing into a moon. The moon's going to come up. When the sun is completely gone and the moon is there, we will run out of time essentially. It's like a sundial and that will be game over. So when the moon is there, this will happen. Okay, you can see so the sun is almost gone now, the moon is just about to come into full view, and then this happens. And that doesn't take one of your lives away, that just ends your game. So if you manage to get onto one of the later levels and that happens, sorry, you're back on level 1. There's no continues and no saves. Next to that, you've got points. Then you've got a blank slot. That's your inventory slot. You can only carry one item. As soon as you pick up another item, Stormlord will drop the previous item that he was holding in its place. And you need to be a bit clever about when you pick things up, and I'll go into that a bit later on. Then the last thing we've got is the fairies, and we've collected 0 out of 5 fairies, which is the amount of fairies in this level. Once you've collected all the fairies, you've completed the level. So that's the idea of the game. You run around picking up these fairies that have been captured by an evil hag, witch type lady. What else have we got to look at? A very phallic green thing there, and some boobies. You really have to be clever about getting everything done in the right order and not making silly mistakes as well. It can be quite frustrating, this game. Very difficult. Didn't get very far on this when I was a kid. I would have been about 7 years old when this was out, so it's not easy to hold a 7-year-old's attention, and if things get frustrating and boring, you're probably just going to go away and play Pit Stop instead, right? Anyway, let's go, let's do this. So I can remember level 1 pretty well. What we need to do is jump on the mushroom, onto the big boobied fairy, down to the glass jar. There's a giant gumball here. Get under that and grab the key. Back under the gumball, jump onto the jar, back onto the big booby fairy, onto the mushroom, green phallic thing, thorn bush, and there's these little worms. I've got to try and avoid those. Oh! Okay, doing reasonably well so far. And use the key on the door. The trampoline takes us over to this fairy. Now in the other games, the Amiga version and the Sega version, it's a hawk. Flies down, picks you up and drops you. A bit more Lord of the Ringsy. Got a brolly, and that's in my inventory slot now. Going to hit this trampoline here. This is turning into somewhat of a walkthrough, but trust me, I'm not going to be doing a walkthrough for very long, because as soon as we get to level 2 I'm going to have no idea what to do. Under the gumball. The rain can't hurt us because we're holding a brolly. Just keep clicking for... see, now I've lost a life. Down to 7. That's to sort of get on the lip of these, and then just as soon as it passes your face, go. Back on the trampoline. Right, this bit I find kind of tricky. Getting under this. Yeah, did it! Right, picked up the honey, dropped the brolly. Don't go on that second brick, it disappears. See these bees? They're guarding a fairy. Now this is where dropping your inventory and picking up your inventory in the right spot matters. So I'm going to drop my honey, pick up the key. Ah! Didn't quite get out of the way in time there. But the bees are now around the honey and I can pick up the fairy. Down to 6 lives. Okay, this is this bit's a bit difficult because these things can't touch them, and we can't let them drop because when they do, they kind of turn into these Space Invader-y kind of enemies. Oh, and they just keep coming, and at some point you just have to give up and say, right, down to 4 lives now. Losing a lot of lives here. Oh, go away! And it's shooting it. You can't shoot exactly where you want to shoot. It's a little bit frustrating. If you click, he throws these kind of little snowball type things, and if you hold it down, he throws a knife. Right, now, again, this is where your inventory, picking them up at the right time matters. Don't pick that brolly up, because then you can't... I'll show you why. Right, just jump on those platforms and let them disappear. Pick up the honey, because our inventory slot was empty, right? So if we picked up that brolly, it wouldn't have replaced it with something, and then we couldn't come over here and replace it with honey, because there would be nothing there, and we'd be stuck on this level until the time ran out. This is going to be tight because the moon is coming into view, but we've only got one more fairy to get, and we've got 3 lives left. Try and get... Right, don't go into that door, because if you do, you lose your key. And you don't want to lose your key, because you need to get in here and... Ah! Stupid worm! And get the fairy. Oh, I've only got 2 lives. I don't quite know what's going on here. I'm surrounded by fairies and I'm throwing love at them, and they are giving me tears. Which is giving me points. Like a bonus stage. It's a bonus stage. It's a weird bonus stage. Okay. Go. Oh, I walked into the plant. What a stupid thing to do. I did actually try to jump then, but because you can't jump when you're underneath something, you just walk forward. Go. No! Oh! I think the joystick got stuck then. Right. I think I'm going to keep the key. Oh, I didn't think he'd be able to touch me. It would be nice as well if there was a limited amount of these that you could destroy and then... Do you see what I mean? He's so sluggish. I don't understand how I'm supposed to get around these things. Oh my goodness! Ah! What do you do? What do you do? How do you get past that? That's crazy difficult. See. Okay. Can't type. Okay, I've got a keyboard here and I'm not using it. It's weird. Commander. No numbers. Commander Love. So we'll just have to be Commander Love. Come on. Have they got muffs? I'm going to have to pause this to see if they've got muffs. I don't know why it's important to me, but they look like they've got bush. Not muffs, bush. Yeah, they've got bush. Okay, right. I still don't know. Oh! Gumball in the face. No! Oh, see what? I nearly made that mistake that I talked about before then, which is trying to think that you can get onto the platform and jump before it disappears. You can't. Sometimes you can, but most of the time it will disappear before you can jump. Right, I still think key. Oh! Is there a time? Is there some sort of timing? Can I make it across? Wow! Yeah! Trampoline! I'm back here again. Oh, you are joking me! First time I'll ever make it past the bloody... You have got to be joking me! Oh! They don't stop! They don't stop! Oh! Wow. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed making it until we got to level 2, and then I started to question my life choices. Have I convinced you? I haven't convinced myself. Anyway, this is Commodore 64 signing off. Have a great day, guys.